Hey everyone, welcome again to my channel. Today I'm taking you with me to the very first bookish event of 2024, which was a brand new book fair called BeLEEF BOEKen or Experience Books, which was a very fun new event. A little bit of insider's info, of course. But before we do that, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome to Quillscene. My name is Megan. If you like things that have to do with writing, with reading, with my adventures as a writer, with Wicca, with geeky stuff, with all those things, then you're in the right place. Make sure to click on the magical subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell, because on that way you'll always get a notification whenever I upload a new video. But yeah, time to dive into the madness that is going to be 2024, because there are a lot of events on the calendar, starting with this one. So a little bit of backstory. I'm trying to keep this short, but my apologies in advance if that fails. For the ones who don't know, back in the day we had like a big annual book fair in Antwerp. Here in Belgium, and that was an event that, you know, went on for decades. It's also something that I remember as a kid wanting to go to, but then my mom was always, no, it's too far and it costs too much to go inside. But then as a teenager, I think I visited it once or twice. And it was basically a big event where publishers had huge booths filled with books, but also organizations that were linked to the bookish world, like Creatief Schrijven, or creative writing translated in English, which is a Belgian organization that hosts workshops and lessons around writing, being poetry, being story writing, being how to do world building, how do you build up characters, stuff like that. You even have like school year plans and stuff like that concerning writing. And it was always such a big event that as an aspiring author, it was always like my big dream to one day be a writer at the book fair, you know, in Antwerp. That dream kind of came through in 2019, because the booth of Creatief Schrijven had invited me and some other authors in the fantasy genre to join their booth that day, since it was the 31st of October, Halloween, and that day it was actually Fantasy Day. So they had like their writing lab where people who wrote fantasy, aspiring authors, could come pitch their manuscripts to get some feedback from the authors that were present. And then we as the authors also could sell our books at their booth, which was fun. What we didn't know back then was that 2019 would be the last edition of the big book fair in Antwerp. Because of course at the start of 2020 the little creature named Corona/COVID kinda did a whole lockdown thing in the world, and that period was hard on everyone, especially in the cultural sector. So the business structure behind the book fair in Antwerp suddenly came with the message, sadly we don't have the funds anymore to host the book fair in Antwerp. So they declared bankruptcy, which was a huge shock in the book world, and for both publishers, authors as readers. And since then it actually kind of was like a big wound/hole in the book world here in Belgium. The people that, well, a part of the group of people that were like behind the book fair in Antwerp have tried to like ignite an alternative that now like that doesn't have like one location, but like travels the well, travels the cities of Flanders each year. Like the one year is in city A and the second year is in city B and stuff like that. But sadly it isn't as popular as the book fair in Antwerp. So a lot of people, well, the authors basically took the initiative, or well, are taking initiative to, you know, host their own book fairs. The plus point of that is that where like bigger fairs like the book fair in Antwerp that have like a huge financial gain basically, they like to work with the big partners, so the big publishing houses, the big bookstores, basically people that have money to, you know, pump into the entire organization. And as a solo writer, if it's that kind of organization, you aren't included, sadly. Then, as I said, that's a big plus point for the book fairs that are hosted by authors, because those ones are author focused. And that's also the case for BeLEEF BOEKen. BeLEEF BOEKen, or Experience Books, is actually an initiative from my colleague author Lenna DuFin. She writes dark romance novels, and I met her, if I'm not mistaken, beginning 2023 or end 2022, one of each. Well, one of those. Yeah, it was during a book market in Aarschot. Again, if you like scroll back on my On To Go playlist, you will find videos about the book market in Aarschot. That's where I initially met her. We also were together at the book fair in Heusden-Zolder in 2023. And that's where she actually started with the idea of hosting her own book fair. And eventually that became BeLEEF BOEKen, which was eventually hosted, the very first edition, on the 3rd of March, which was Sunday, in Putten, which is like one of the edge cities of Antwerp. And that also formed the very first event for me as an author in 2024. It was hosted from 10 a.m. till 7 p.m. And the fun thing was that it was hosted at a very nice location, because it had like a smaller room, which was where the book fair was, and then a bigger room. And in the bigger room, the same time as the book fair happened, there was a Lego fair. So yeah, I'm still a bit gutted that I didn't have the time to, you know, go around there, because they had like cosplayers that were dressed like stormtroopers and Kylo Ren from Star Wars, you know, to promote Lego Star Wars. They had like the Lego figure of the Hulk, but then like on human size, as one of the guards near the door. So that was very fun. But yeah, we were in a small room with the book fair, and it was over 70 authors, if I'm not mistaken, who wrote different genres. And next to the authors, there were also some vendors who sold bookish goodies, because that was also the case. Well, the reason why not only I went with my books, but also my mom went as magical treasures with our display potions. Also colleagues Petra Doom and Matthias Mahou were present. And because, again, there were bookish goodies, also Emmeline from Sparks of Darkness, who is Matthias, his fiancée. She makes gothic chic candles. Also, she had a table to, you know, sell her candles. And Lena had been so kind to, you know, put like me, Magical Treasures, Sparks of Darkness and Matthias next to each other. And like on the other side of the table, like if you look like that, there was Petra. So we were like almost the Bermuda Triangle of het Schrijverscollectief, which was very fun. And yeah, because it was so diverse, it was also fun for the readers, of course, to visit, because every reader could find something, you know, that they liked, which was very, very fun. probably saw in the footage, it wasn't just a market. There was also like a little stage area where Lenna hosted like short interviews with some of the authors. You could like sign up way before the market, like when we even signed, when you booked a booth, you could like add a little message that said, I want to be interviewed or not, or I'm interested to be interviewed. And then afterwards, before like a month before the event itself, she shared like a little plan, like schedule for the people that were, well, the authors that were chosen to be interviewed. And I got interviewed, and also Matthias got interviewed, and of course some other authors. There was also like behind the stage was also like a little hallway where there was a workshop area, because there were a few workshops, one writing workshop, and there was also one about scrapbooking, if I'm not mistaken, or like making your own book journal of something or something like that. There was also a little like tent-like corner with a rug on the floor and lots of pillows and blankets and stuff like that. That was actually a reading corner for kids, and then there was someone who would read to them from children's books. There was also a bouncing house for the kids. So yeah, it was an immersive experience. There was also like a bar setting where people could, grab something to drink near the stage. So yeah, that was very fun, because on that way it was not just only for the readers, but also for the people that came with the readers. And I must say, we had a lot of readers pass by our booth. Some people that we have met before, also quite some new readers. Also our potions were a hit. So yeah, BeLEEF BOEKen 2024 was a very nice start of the season for us. And I must say, the edition for 2025 is promising too, because as I'm filming this voiceover, it's been about 2 months, I think, since the event actually happened. So by now I have some background information already on the edition for 2025. I can already say that it will be upscaled from 1 day to actually 2.5 days, because it will not be just 1 day like on a Sunday, but it will start on a Friday in the late afternoon until the evening, which will be like a nocturne. And then also it will run through on Saturday and Sunday. It won't be in the small room anymore, but she booked the big room where in this edition the Lego fair was actually hosted. And because there is more space there, she also opened up the possibility for bookstores and even publishers to get a booth. But again, it's like an addition too, because she still wants to, of course, keep it author oriented, which is very good in my opinion. So yeah, I'm very, very curious to see what 2025 will bring, because as I said, I really enjoyed this edition of 2024, and I can only hope 2025 will equal that or even be better. So yeah, very curious about that. But that was it already for this video. If you liked it, please leave a little thumbs up. It helps me more than you know. Or leave a little comment down below. I love your feedback and it helps my channel grow. Thank you guys so much for this video, for watching this video, and hopefully I see you guys soon for another bookish, magical, probably on the go video. Bye!